Well, hello everybody, my name is Alex Herram from RPG.com and welcome to Let's Look at Duck Game. This is the game by Adult Swim Games, created by a single man named Landon Pobilski. Quite a name there. So, I'm going to start off right at the bat. This game is amazing. Like, I know I'm sort of known for kind of being overly positive for my reviews in games, but honestly, this game is fantastic. It is the 2D sort of action shooter platformer that everybody should be playing, especially with friends, online, whatever you want to do. You know, it is fantastic. It's a sort of a... I think the easiest way to describe it is Smash Bros with guns. Basically, you are a duck, apparently, according to the Steam webpage. The year is 1984, ducks rule the world, and they battle it out. They shoot each other with all kinds of weaponry, just for sport. It's quite interesting. The mechanics are solid. I mean, there isn't too much story to it, I should say. This is definitely a mechanics-driven game, but it's just a lot of fun. And I think for £15 on Steam, and even less on Steam sale, I got this on Steam sale for like £5. So honestly, if you have the money and you have up to 3 other people to play it with, I highly recommend this game. It is fantastic. So without further ado, I'm just going to jump in here. I am just going to be playing the tutorial mode today because friends are unreliable. Yeah, let's play Challenge Arcade. That sounds fine. So, I guess what I should talk about is, well, what is it like to play? Well, for starters, the controls are fluid, honestly. I think, considering this is made by one man, the music is also composed by a single man, that Landon guy I mentioned earlier, and it really just shows what you can do with enough determination and time. I mean, I'll just let you listen to the soundtrack for just like a second here. So, yeah, it's very groovy, very reminiscent of the sort of 8-bit kind of Mega Man style soundtracks. I mean, it's not quite Shovel Knight levels of epic when it comes to the soundtrack, but it really sort of carries the mood and the atmosphere, and you definitely notice it when you start the game because it is loud. It has the indie game problem of just blasting you full volume, so when you do install it, because you will probably end up buying it by the time you see this review, you might want to set your Windows settings pretty low. That is the other thing. Currently, it is not available on Xbox One or PS4 or any console for that matter. However, it does say coming soon. Whenever that will be, I don't know. Whenever they decide to port it across, Adult Swim Games being the publisher, obviously known for a variety of other games as well, and they've all sort of made it to consoles. So like your Jazz Punks, your Desyncs, your Super House of Dead Ninjas, all these kind of things, you know. If you are a fan of any of the games I've just mentioned, you know, something that's a bit weird, just fun, simple, fun gameplay that doesn't try and sort of teach you any life lessons or anything like that, then this is definitely the game for you. So yeah, let's get into a game. I've never actually played any of these courses, so this is a good chance to do some unlocks, hopefully. You'll see what I'm going for here. This is always like an obstacle course section. I will try and find some gameplay, especially gunplay in a bit. So, this is a good example. Basically, you'll be familiar with these kind of bouncy things if you've ever played Sonic. Your controls are simple. You use your analog stick if you're a peasant like me, or if you're highly skilled, you use the D-pad on your controller. I do recommend you play on controller because playing this on keyboard, it is... it's a bit difficult. It's not any difficult from any other kind of, like, translated game from... you know, from like this retro kind of style of game. You know, if you're translating that to a keyboard, there's obviously going to be issues. So as you can see, you interact with your environment in various ways. Panes of glass, yes, that is glass, can be broken. You can pick up boxes, you can throw it at stuff, you sort of get a bit of momentum and you chuck it through. It's fun, and yeah, I just think it's a good game. It's good fun. I'm gonna try and refrain from saying that I failed the stage. Oh no, I was talking too much. I lost. There you go. Right, let's retry and let's try and run through this. It's quite difficult to concentrate and then do that at the same time. And then, so basically, let's try and get through this at the same time. Yeah, so you interact with your environment in a number of ways. I'm trying to do this slide as well. That's sort of go forward and down. You sort of do a duck slide. You can also quack, which is very fun. You hold the jump button to fly. Obviously you're a duck, so you should be quite good at flying, but you kind of just sort of drift to the ground. Break for that. Oh, this is surprisingly tricky, actually. I've maybe got about 30, 40 hours in this game. This will be fun. So smash through the glass, break up there. That was great. Yeah, I've got about 30, 40 hours in this game, mainly playing with friends, you know, online. It's fantastic for that, really. I got a bronze trophy there. Oh dear, that's awful. Seem to have unlocked some things here. Those tickets, I believe you can spend and unlocks other skins and sort of hats. There's a lot of hat gameplay, so TF2 fans out there will like it a lot for that. There's also the creator studio section, which I will get onto later. Okay, so now we're starting to see some of the gameplay. The thing that is sort of most interesting about this game is just sort of the variety of guns and things. I mean, obviously, created by one guy, you can tell that they've spent a lot of time making this. Every gun plays differently, and in the heat of battle, your choice of weapon, whatever is spawned on the ground, will sort of determine whether you live or die. This right here is sort of a Spartan laser from Halo-esque kind of thing here. You hold it down to charge, and it obviously has a big death ray associated with it. I'm not exactly what I'm sure I'm doing here. I think I'm just blasting ducks. I'm all for that. But so yeah, the different kind of guns have different sort of drawbacks and sort of benefits associated with them. And sort of when you're in the heat of battle and you're doing sort of an online play, I might try and queue into online actually and see how we go. I am terrible at this game, by the way, so if you're expecting top level plays, you've come to the wrong place. But oh, did we pass? Oh, we lost. Okay. Well, I'll back out just now, and we'll go into an online game. Let's back out here. Oh, I've unlocked that. I will not be looking at that just now, though. Yeah. So just return, quit. Yes. Okay. So this is sort of what the main menu looks like when you boot in. Something that's interesting to note is actually there isn't really a drop-down menu. You sort of navigate the menu by sort of moving your character around and going into the different sections here. So you can jump out the airlock if you want to leave the game. It's quite fun. Options are your options. There's nothing too special in there. This is where you go to turn your music settings way down and enable your controller and all that. And I believe... Let's go into the level editor just now, actually. So this is what the level editor looks like. It is not something I'm too familiar with, but basically you have all kinds of stuff here, and you sort of... basically it allows more creative people with far more time on their hands to sort of design and create their own levels, which you can then share on the Steam Workshop, and then from there have other people play it. I am doing a terrible job here. I don't even know how this works. So yeah, just thought I'd look at that. Obviously, you know, there's blocks, equipment, you can spawn anything you want, and it creates basically you can create any kind of platform for you and your friends or anyone in the community to play on essentially. And there are some incredible maps out there, really. So I have downloaded the RLS map pack from Rockley Smile, who you might know from YouTube. He has some creative designs there. Right, let's exit out of this just now. Actually, if I can. Let's see. New level. Here we go. Exit. So there you go. I think there are very few games that actually come with customizability, and I think it's quite good because it basically means that you can play, you know, you can essentially play this game infinitely. There are about 50 levels, I believe, that come with the game, and there's always more sort of being added with sort of sneaky updates every now and then. So you never really get bored of playing it. You never really get bored of sort of, yeah, let's find a game here. Max players, teams, any modifiers off. Find game. I've never actually tried it. So obviously, unlike a lot of indie games, there is actually a functioning online server. Now I say functioning, it is in beta. There are some issues with it occasionally. Sometimes it takes a while, but if we can find one here, that'll be quite good. I do want to show off some of the gameplay and things like that, but we'll just we'll give it a minute. There are apparently 0 open games right now. But this is a good chance to check for anything else I've not covered. Oh, hello, Draco112. You look like a fun man. Oh yeah, I should show you the hats. That's the other thing. I always go for the red hat, but there are sort of a variety of hats here that you can choose from. He's gone for the mallard, so I will not do that. I will go for Brad hat. And also when you quack, each of the hats has their own little custom animation, which I think is quite fun. So yeah, what have I not covered? I talked a little bit about the soundtrack. It is pretty good. It captures that sort of retro feel. Okay, here we go. So online play, I think there's quite a high skill ceiling for this game. You are going to start off and everything's going to feel weird and clunky, and everyone's going to be better than you. Oh, I've been netted. Oh, that was pretty dark. But yeah, everything has sort of every sort of gun has its own little payoff. This is obviously the Earthworm Jim gun. If you're not familiar with Earthworm Jim, what's wrong with you? How have you not? Oh. Yeah, no, I'm really bad. Earthworm Jim gun. And yeah, essentially it's about choosing your path along the level, quickly reacting to what they're doing, and trying to get the advantage and be the last duck alive. It is super addictive, super fun. I've played this for hours at a time. Silly duck, did you not know bullets can go through doors? Well, not all of them, sniper bullets can. And yeah, it does have a bit of a skill ceiling associated with it, but it's not Dark Souls. There's not that level of a learning curve. It's just knowing what each of the guns do and not blowing yourself up when you shoot a grenade into the ceiling. And yeah, essentially, once you get the hang of it, you will find yourself sort of having a lot of fun. It's one of those games where if you do something amazing, you're actually really impressed by it, or even if you do something simple and it looks really cool, you're really impressed by it, and it's just a lot of fun when you finally get off a shot like that, and all hail King Server. So, I mean, I've gone on a lot about the sort of positives of the game. There are a few negatives. I've found that it doesn't cope too well with people with bad internet connections. I mean, when you have bad internet connections, the lag compensation is quite heavy, quite real, and quite noticeable. It tends to favor people with bad connections, which I understand from a sort of an indie developer point of view. You want everybody to be able to play this game, and honestly, it's made in Game Maker. It's not like super big. You can basically run this on a calculator if you wanted to. But yeah, I think the issue with the lag is sort of to make sure it's as inclusive as possible, but obviously if you're the one with the better connection, especially if you're the host and everyone else has quite bad connections, you kind of have the situation where people are sort of rubber banding about and not doing... Oh, he's got a sword. Better watch out. It's Kairos Edger over here. Oh no. Oh god. Oh no! So yeah, there's some rubber banding issues, but honestly, if you have a fine internet connection, or if you play local multiplayer, there is local multiplayer up to 4, or however many USB ports, you're, I'll just drop a rock on his head there. Ugh. If you have that many USB ports, you can essentially play with up to 4 players locally as well, so if you're the kind of person that has 1 computer and 4 friends, instead of 4 computer and no friends, then it's quite good. Other issues, it's really hard to say. I mean, it's obviously not trying to revolutionize the way video games work. Some of the maps, up until recently, had some issues where they'd be incredibly unbalanced. This is one of them, actually, where basically the person with the fastest internet connection would open that door and basically get the sniper rifle and the jetpack and be pretty difficult to kill by the people with net guns. Oh gosh. Also, some of the maps are just hilariously one-sided, but I think that's because a lot of them are ported from tutorial levels as well. But on the whole, I think the map design is actually amazing for someone who made it by themselves. You know, there's obviously been a lot of time and energy dedicated to it. So this is the scoring system. Essentially, the first person to 10 rounds wins the game. You play as many sort of stages as you want. You go 10 rounds at a time, and then it sort of resets. First person to chuck their stone over 10 wins, and I just got blown up by a rocket launcher there. Other things, it is possible to... Oh, this is a fairly new item actually added in Halloween of this year. It's sort of a question box that sort of does... It can spawn basically anything, and... Oh, I have an AK. There's actually a trick you can do where you can fly with the AK, but I couldn't pull it off. But losing my train of thought. Yeah, essentially, I would say if you're interested in this style of game or you just want to have fun with friends, it's not something that's well, it can be very hyper competitive between people, but it's not something like a For Honor or something like that where there's a lot of mechanical depth to it. It's really just learning what all the items do and sort of how to get advantage of a situation, like your classic Smash Bros. Or fighting style games with that, but the unique element obviously being that it's mainly gunplay instead of fighting and punching and everything. Also, I should mention the other major difference is everything is a one-hit kill. It doesn't matter if you're being hit by a sniper rifle or like a pop gun, you will die in one hit. So really, or if you just throw yourself off the edge, like that man did there. Oh, it's obviously quite an intense battle. But I really don't know if there's much else to say about it. Well, obviously we'll play to the end here and see if we can beat Draco at his own game. I think we're down 6 for 3. So this shotgun here only has 2 shots, so it's I think that's why we're being both a bit wary. But I have the advantage. I am the superior player. I can pick up his face. Okay. Oh, there's a bit of a moment of panic. That is one thing I find is sometimes when you're playing with less than 4 people. Oh. Goodbye, Draco. You will be missed. I wonder if he's disconnected. This is the other thing. Sometimes when you have a lot of high ping, you can just drop, and then it's standard internet problems. It's not unique to this game or anything. It can just happen. But we'll just quit to the main menu there. So yeah, that's Duck Game. If you like what you saw here today, obviously pick it up on Steam. It's about £15 right now, or when it goes on sale, inevitably in the summer sale, it will probably drop down to something around 5. So yeah, thank you for watching this RPG.com review of Duck Game. If you want to check out more of our videos that will be coming in the future, please subscribe to our YouTube channel or check us out at www.rpg.com. Thank you very much.